The whole thing?
Oh, go.
Okay, hello. Okay, so today we are going to start with repetition by, the first step of this is going to be a provocative question, and then we'll talk about this when we have our session. But Adam will ask me a question that provokes some sort of a response from me, so it shouldn't be just like, do you like spaghetti? Like, or maybe it can. It just, you don't have to overthink these questions. But then my physical behavior that happens after his question, he's going to, like we were doing through repetition, observe what my behavior is. Every little detail, like you moved your head, you twist your finger, your lips puckered up, and just keep saying things. So we'll just do it, and then again, we'll talk about this in our session. So, okay.
Okay. Do you want to see Gare naked?
You just go.
You squealed. You put your head down and went back. You smiled. You laughed. You moved your arms. You shook a little bit. You squinted like that, like you were like, ah. And you kind of just made your face bigger because you were like, whoa.
Okay, so good. So that first step, all he's doing is figuring out what my physical behavior with it. So now I'll ask him a question, and he'll do the same. Okay. Are you wearing a thong?
Am I wearing a thong?
You giggled, your thumb twitched, your body went up, and then you sighed. Yeah, you smiled, and you didn't really do anything in your shoulders. Okay, so that was the first two steps. Like all it was observing their behavior after you asked them the provocative question. The next step we are going to do is, for the point of this exercise, is, let's see, really quick. So now do we start repetition?
Yeah, I think now I make an assumption about.
Right. So the next step is moving on, is based on the physical behavior you're getting from the other person, you can make an assumption. So now, this is what we were talking about last week, you can actually assign meaning. So rather than even saying all the physical observations, you can just jump to, you're frustrated, or you're scared, or you're excited, or something. And then we'll start repeating that repetition, okay? So we'll just do that again for you. So you ask me the question.
Okay. Do you want to go make out with me in that room?
Do I want to go make out with you in that room?
That made you annoyed.
I'm annoyed.
You're annoyed.
I'm annoyed.
You're annoyed.
I'm annoyed.
I'm not annoyed.
You're not annoyed?
I'm not annoyed.
You're not annoyed.
You're annoyed.
I'm annoyed.
Huh. You're annoyed? You didn't think that was funny.
I didn't think it was funny.
You didn't think that was funny.
I didn't think it was funny.
You were kind of offended by that.
I was offended by it.
You were offended by that.
Okay, I was not offended by it.
You were offended.
I was not offended by it.
You were offended.
I wasn't offended.
You're offended now.
I'm frustrated.
You're frustrated.
I'm frustrated.
You're frustrated.
I'm frustrated.
I'm not frustrated.
You're not frustrated.
I'm not frustrated.
You're not frustrated.
You're frustrated.
I'm not frustrated.
You're frustrated.
I am not frustrated.
You are frustrated.
Now I am frustrated.
You've been frustrated.
I'm not frustrated.
You're so frustrated.
I'm not frustrated.
You're squealing.
I'm squealing.
You're squealing.
I'm not squealing.
You're not squealing now.
I'm not squealing.
I'm not squealing.
You're nonchalant.
I am nonchalant.
Okay, Garrett, they don't matter. I know. Okay, so yes, so as you can see, that was more complicated, and we will break this down when we have the session. But what we did, and what we'll do one more time, and I'll ask the question, is we asked the provocative question, then they repeated the question back, and then he made an assumption, and then we started repetition. And we'll break this down more when we talk. So now we'll do one more of these for you. Okay, so I'll ask the question.
Okay.
Are you happy with yourself?
Am I happy with myself?
You are avoiding.
I'm not avoiding.
You are avoiding.
I'm not avoiding.
You're avoiding.
I'm not avoiding.
You're avoiding.
It's an odd question.
You're avoiding.
I'm kind of avoiding.
You're avoiding.
I'm not really avoiding.
You're avoiding.
I'm not avoiding.
You're avoiding.
I'm not avoiding.
You're frustrated.
I am frustrated.
Ooh.
I'm not avoiding.
You're frustrated.
Yeah, I'm not
You're
frustrated.
defensive.
I'm defensive.
You're defensive.
You're defensive.
I'm not defensive.
You're defensive.
You're defensive.
I'm defensive and you're defensive.
I'm not defensive.
You're defensive.
I'm not defensive.
You keep doing this.
I'm not defensive.
You're defensive.
You're not so defensive.
I'm not so defensive.
You're not so defensive.
I'm not that defensive. I'm nonchalant.
You're not nonchalant.
I'm nonchalant-esque.
You're nonchalant as.
You're nonchalant. You're gesturing.
Yes, I'm gesturing.
Gesturing.
I'm gesturing.
Gesturing.
You're feeling better.
I'm feeling better. You're feeling better.
I'm feeling better. I'm relieved.
I'm relieved.
I'm relieved. Okay, so good. So that's what we have for this week, and we'll talk about this on our session. So I hope you guys have a good week. And this is Adam again.
Bye.
And here again. All right, goodbye.